Frank in Chicago.
How you doing?
How are you?
All right. I just want to explain the landing gear that was found on the other day on Friday.
Right. On Friday, there was a big story that a landing gear from a plane was found in between two buildings that everybody was saying this is from one of the 9/11 planes.
One of the addresses was actually the mosque in 2010 that brought up all that controversy.
Right.
It was one of the buildings, I don't know which one. It was located on Murray Street. And the engine that was found on the day of 9/11 was on Murray Street. The landing gear that was found on the day of 9/11 with the tire on it was a rear landing gear, and it was found somewhere north of the towers. And it came from the plane that hit the South Tower, Flight 175. Because when you remember and you look at videos, you can see the plane was all the way over to the right. The landing gear and the engines missed the core. The reason the landing gear, and this brings up the debate about the extra equipment underneath 175 and pods. What happened was the plane was moving erratic. Okay?
Yeah.
There was 3 seats, 2 pilot seats and a jump seat for the flight attendant.
What are you talking about? What do you mean? 3 seats where?
I'm trying to explain the extra equipment and the landing gear all together.
Okay.
I'm just going to wrap up.
Okay.
Okay. So if there was one terrorist sitting down in the jump seat for whatever reason, let's take him out of the equation so we can fill all 3 seats. That means there was 2 standing terrorists. Is it possible that one of the terrorists was thrown forward and hit the landing gear handle just enough to open the doors, but not make the landing gear go down? And this is why the landing gear was able to escape the plane, because the doors were open. That is, if you look at pictures on the internet...
I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know. I had to hang up on Frank. I don't know what he's talking about. What is he talking about? I guess, the plane blew up, and then they found the landing gear like a long time later. That's what happened, right?
Apparently.
That makes sense. The plane blew up in a building. And so, obviously, the shit went everywhere, and then they didn't see one of the landing gears, and then they saw it. That's my understanding of the events.
I don't know where he was going with that.
Well, I don't know either. I didn't think there was a lot of controversy. Let's go to Anthony. Anthony.
Hi. That guy's talking out his ass.
I don't know what he's talking about.
First of all, it wasn't a landing gear they just found.
What was it?
It was a flap actuator off the wing. It wasn't a landing gear.
That makes more sense.
It was one of the little hinge motor things that make the flaps open and close from the wing. So his, come on, fucking cock.
What happened?
Taxi fuck dick. Oh, of course he's that person. Yeah, yeah. So it wasn't even a landing gear. So what's the guy thinking? And what is he? How did the guy fall on the landing gear? The terrorist fell on the landing gear handle?
That's why I had to hang up on him, because he's going, isn't it possible that one of the standing terrorists opened up the door and... I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
What an asshole. I just didn't want, misinformation out there on the Sam Roberts Aftershow. So it was from the wing. It wasn't a landing gear. So
it's a wing flap. And guess what? The wings were sticking out of the plane.
Apparently that's how they fly.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Christ almighty.
All right. Have a fun rest of the show.
All right. Drive safely, Ant.
All right. I'll be napping before you're even done.
I know. Jealous.
Love it.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know. The people love these conspiracy theories, though. And you can always hear it, because you get so wrapped up in them that when somebody explains it, like with that guy. Obviously, that guy had this whole thing that he worked out in his head, either right before, like, it was when those bizarre ideas come. It was either right before he fell asleep or while he was in the shower. And, like, this aha moment comes. Because those are when these ideas come to you that you later realize are bad ideas. Like, 90% of the ideas that come to you when you're in the shower or right before you fall asleep are horrible ideas. But when they come to you at that moment, it's the greatest idea you've ever had in your life. So this guy, in that moment, obviously Frank or whatever his name was, he calls up and he's got this whole thing that he's going to spill out, and in his mind, we're all going to go, whoa! You figured it all out. You unlocked the mystery.
See, the problem is, Sam, you've never smoked weed.
Is that what it is?
A lot of times what it is you get really high, and you're with your buddies, and you solve all the fucking world's problems.
And then somebody like Ant comes along and goes, that wasn't a landing gear.
Ant, who's not high.
Right.
You know, like, who's thinking logically.
What we call truth-telling buzzkill.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, fuck, like... But if you're hanging... that dude's probably stoned, or His stoner, him and his buddies, and they fucking solve all the goddamn problems.
And then somebody comes, and he's got it.
He figured it out.
Finally, it makes sense.
Can't wait to tell you it.
And then I hang up on him because he's long-winded, and he's like, "What? How the fuck? That wasn't supposed to happen like that."
Right.
And the next call, his aunt saying, "You didn't even get the part right. That wasn't. It was a thing from the wing.
Yeah.
Obviously, it just blew off the wing."
Obviously, there's a lot of confusion about 9/11 and such things.
Yeah. Do you think 9/11 was an inside job?
I don't know if it. It's like one of those things where you've been told so many different things, and I think that we may have looked past some things to let it happen. That's my belief on it. And I know a lot of people get angry at me thinking that way.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people just hear what they want to hear on both sides, whether it be conspiracies or whether it be this is what the media is telling me, this is what it is, instead of kind of, and everybody goofs on me for asking questions, but there's a lot of questions that are like, that doesn't make sense. Like,
I just don't know if the government would have looked past a plane flying into their own building.
But it
wasn't just civilians. They flew a plane into the Pentagon.
But again, there's certain things that I always question that are just like, that really don't make sense.
Like what?
Well, I mean, like, why is there no video of the plane crashing into the Pentagon? Why won't they release that video?
There's the choppy video. You've seen the security
But dude, there was security cameras all over the place that from different angles, and they confiscated all the security tape from
because
those.
it's the Pentagon.
But why won't they show it?
Because you can't. It's the Pentagon.
Why can you not?
It's a security issue. I mean, everything that's secure, you can't just make everything public. First of all,
and there was nobody there with cameras that captured it. I mean, look how many people saw the. There were at least one captured the first plane going in.
Okay, all right, yeah.
You're in good iPhones though.
You're in New York, the most populated city in the world.
But that's just one.
Wait. You're in New York. One person got that plane. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Pentagon. No, nobody had their phone out pointing at the Pentagon.
Okay, they show that one video, but why do they not show the plane entry? They only show the explosion.
Because that's what that video was.
Okay,
it was
so
choppy.
why don't they show you another one? If that's really what happened, why would they just show you another and be like, look?
Was it before the iPhones, though?
Yeah, it was 2001.
Troy's talking about the fact that they have outdoor cameras that would show.
I think it's
going into the outside of the building, not the inside.
Right. It's the same reason that on 9/11, they barely showed the Pentagon. All the cameras were on the World Trade Center because you can't take, what's one of the government headquarters, the military headquarters. You don't know what kind of classified information is just floating in midair. You can't show the inside of that building.
No, I'm not talking about the building. I'm talking about all the surrounding buildings around it. There's all security cameras all around there.
That's what I mean.
Why can't you show the plane physically going into it? What are you showing me that I'm not allowed to see by showing that?
You just they want to keep everything.
But all I'm saying is it's just one of those questions that people just glaze over. They don't want to ask it.
But it's harder to answer. Here, it's an easier question to disregard. To say, well, they don't have footage of the Pentagon being a plane flying into the Pentagon that they will show. Okay, that's an easier question to disregard than why would they blow a hole into the Pentagon?
I mean, you'd have to figure out why.
Why would they disregard? Why would they blow a hole into the Pentagon? It's a much bigger question to disregard than any of these other questions.
I can give you speculation.
What is it?
I mean, to show that we're being attacked at another.
But they already had the
location.
World Trade Center.
But if you show it from multiple locations, I mean, it looks like a bigger attack.
But if they wanted to make that much of an impact, why wouldn't they show it?
Show the plane going in?
Yeah.
Because maybe it wasn't a plane.
Why wouldn't they have flown a plane into it? They flew a plane into the other buildings.
There's a lot of questions to be asked that people don't want to ask.
There's a lot more holes in this theory than there are in the actual story.
What I'm saying is there are people that the media will give you this story, and you just take that story and you go, this is what it is. And then you don't go, wait, whoa. You told us this, but what about this? This doesn't make any sense. We don't want to ask those questions.
No, you can ask them, but then once it's like, well, no, this doesn't make sense. You can't. Nobody says.
But I've yet to get an answer of how that possibly makes any sense.
And that's different. What you're saying, it's not that nobody's asking these questions. It's just you're not getting the answers to these questions.
Exactly. It's the same thing.
But why don't people demand answers?
They do.
Who?
But they, no, but they're not.
I'm sure people do.
People aren't
They're
getting the
just
answers
not
that they
releasing
want.
that information.
But why is that information not out there?
Because it's for the same reason all
That's
information
what I'm
is
saying.
classified.
There's a lot of questions where it's just like, okay, look, terrorists got us, fine, but there's still a lot of things that don't all add up. It's a little strange.
Of course, it's strange because it's never happened before.
Right.
And not everything's just going to be declassified because conspiracy theorists need to sleep better at night.
Well, you put it out there as the media. This is what it says, and this is what people believe. So that's what it is.
And there's a difference between just saying, okay, well, the media tells me I guess it's true, and what logically makes sense here.
Right.
Logically, what happened here. And you could 9/11, logically, it doesn't make sense that it was an inside job.
No, but
it makes no sense.
It very well, we could have known it happened. It was going to happen.
But it did no benefit to us.
Well, I mean, we thought we were going to. Look,
it was of no benefit.
What do you mean?
What benefit did it serve the country?
I mean, look where we went. Look, we started wars after this.
So you're saying they orchestrated 9/11 but couldn't find some weapons of mass destruction to bury somewhere in Iraq?
Well, I don't know if they orchestrated it. They may have looked past things.
Speaking of mass destructions.
How are you doing, Nicole?
You know, I really didn't come in.
Troy,
I just came in to have some good vibes, to get some love. But maybe this was not the place to come.
Who's on the hotline?
It says Anthony on the screen. You can't say.
Oh no, I can't see it. Sorry, Aunt. I didn't see your name.
Oh, hey, Ann, I'm touching your mic.
Radio today. Why do you make me do this? Why do you drive me crazy that I got to call in after I've done a whole show? Oh my God!
He started talking his shit.
Troy is a mad person. Here's why these questions that you ask aren't being answered. Here's why. It falls in the same category as, well, you know, Martians came down and blew up the Trade Center in the Pentagon. So you're saying Martians did? Yeah, Martians did. I'm just saying, why don't we answer those questions? That maybe Martians came down. You know why? Because it's ludicrous. It's a ridiculous a situation and scenario that wouldn't happen, so it doesn't need an answer.
So you're saying
it wasn't a missile. It wasn't a missile. It was a plane. The reason there's only that one choppy video, that's the only camera that was pointed in that direction.
No, that's absolutely not true.
There's no other fucking cameras that caught the plane.
Yes,
but
there
there's
was.
Enough of the plane, and then there's American Airlines plane debris all over the fucking lawn. There's pieces. There's an engine. There's everything.
No, remember, they didn't find an engine. They found pieces.
They did
no, they didn't. And we've looked this up on the show. Anthony, we've looked this up on the show. Anthony. Anthony.
There's an engine. There's a turbine engine.
We've looked this up on the. We've gone down this road on the show before. Remember, we tried to look it up. We found pieces of debris, but there was no huge engines.
There is an engine.
Anthony, we've gone down this road before.
Yeah, well, look up fucking Pentagon engine from the flight. You'll find an engine.
Well, I recall going down this path on the show.
Why did they shoot a missile into the Pentagon?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, why isn't the video out?
That question.
That's all I'm asking.
Because Ant's response of, because that was the only video that's available, makes a lot more sense than saying they shot a missile in, I don't know why.
No, there was other video captured from other buildings.
Of a missile being shot in? Do you think
they've confiscated all of the video.
Because they shot a missile.
Confiscate all the video and
they're not releasing it. There's other video.
If a video got out of a missile hitting the Pentagon after all the lies they told that it was a plane. Do you understand that the risk for shooting a missile into the Pentagon? Again, if they had this whole thing planned out, why didn't they just fly the plane into the Pentagon like they did the Trade Center? Why would they choose a missile? It's the dumbest thing in the world.
I wasn't there. I don't know.
I don't know. If you don't have an answer to it at this point, years later, then it's just a ridiculous. There is no answer.
So you mean to tell me everything with 9/11, Anthony? You believe everything you've been told, and everything makes perfect sense, and there's nothing to be questioning.
I believe
there's nothing that's a little like it's a little weird. That's a little odd.
Every bit of evidence I've seen, and that has been investigated by reputable sources that tell me that planes flew into all these buildings from terrorists that planned for years to do this and actually carried it out. Was there a lapse in intel? Sure there was. Was it a purposeful thing on the part of the United States government? I honestly don't think so. I think it's what it was. Terrorists figured out that planes would be a great weapon, and flew them into these buildings, and it worked perfectly for them. Actually, 3 out of 4 it worked for them.
Oh, great. And how'd you know that's from the Pentagon?
What I googled, and there are
and it says Pentagon engine.
There's a Google image of what looks to be a piece of an airplane engine in the Pentagon debris.
Yeah, no, they're just debris. It's just a pile of debris.
No, okay,
Google the Pentagon. Google the Pentagon.
All right, Troy. Here's a better question than the engine. Fuck the engine. Let's say, for the sake of argument, there is no engine. You're right. Where did the plane and the fucking people go?
That's actually a great question.
That took off from an airport with a fucking bunch of people on it. Where did they go?
That's a great question.
Yet another question that needs to be answered.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on. Here's the answer.
I don't have all the Anthony. I don't have all the answers, buddy.
You know what the good answer is? You know what the real answer is? They're dead because their plane crashed into a building.
Good.
To try to discount all of the absolutely logical things that happen with one insane notion makes no sense, Troy.
It's just, there's plenty other questions.
Stop saying questions. Don't you think, logically, it makes more sense that we're missing some videotape than it does that we're missing an airplane and 50 people and there's a hole in the Pentagon.
I love it. You're showing me a diagram drawn by an artist.
Did the missile have to have American Airlines plane debris in it that's sprinkled all over the place?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the debris that was... Anthony,
windows. Yeah.
We've gone through this on the show before. We've brought up all the pictures on air. We've done this. Yeah. There's tiny pieces of aluminum scattered around the front. There's nothing big.
There's a fuselage piece with American Airlines plane logo and windows on it. Where'd that come from?
Where? Find that picture. I'd love to see it.
It's there. Look them up. What were you looking at?
I don't know. Roland is showing me pictures drawn by an artist and being like, see? Huh? Look.
Oh
well, I think he's showing you the physics of how it could go in.
There absolutely is American Airlines aircraft debris on the grass and in the actual crash site.
And before I believe that we shot a missile into our own Pentagon, I have got to know why we would do it. And it's been 11 years, and we've had no benefit of the hole being in the Pentagon.
Look, Roland's the worst person to be trying to argue this point with. Because he's showing me a close-up of a fucking airplane. He's like, huh? See? Huh?
It says C for part of American Airlines, dummy.
Okay, yeah, but how do I know that's in front of the Pentagon, dummy?
It's there.
Oh, God.
It's from the Pentagon. I can't believe it's 2013, and this is still being fucking discussed. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what I just flew into? My driveway. Take it easy, guys.
Enjoy your nap.
I'm napping. Bye.
Bye. What did you walk into, Nicole?
I don't even know what's going. I mean, you're asking the wrong girl.
Well,
I don't know about any of this shit.
Troy thinks that on 9/11, the government might have. I said might. The government might have shot a missile into the Pentagon.
Possible.
Why?
This is Nicole versus the streets. I don't know anything about anything.
You're there to play the hits.
I'm here to play the fucking hits.
And maybe tell a good story about blowing a guy or something.
Maybe tell you some good partying and sexual stories. That's all I'm really good for you.
For me.
For you. For these purposes. Right. Otherwise, don't ask me. I don't know shit about 9/11. I don't know shit about any of that shit.
Stan, do you think that the government flew a missile into the Pentagon?
I didn't hear the question. I just saw T-Roy's tats, and they always mesmerize me.
Right, memorize you. Do you think on 9/11, the government, our United States government, might have shot a missile into our own Pentagon?
No.
Okay, well, Troy thinks it might have happened. Troy thinks that's a possibility.
I just say
going to his brain.
No.
Troy thinks maybe.
Going to his brain.
I just said that they won't release any other videos of the plane crashing into the Pentagon.
Don't some people think that like Bush knew? I'm gonna try to talk like I know what I'm talking about. Don't some people think like Bush knew like about like the 9/11 planes that they like he was responsible for like the planes going into the towers?
I think most of the people who think that Bush was responsible for 9/11 could probably have a pretty good intellectual back and forth with like.
What are you saying?
You know, like that's where.
Oh, thanks.
I do think that they might have possibly shot down a plane.
That makes sense, though.
I do believe that.
That I would understand because that at least the conspiracy there there's some logic to it because they didn't want it to fly anywhere, so they shot it into a field. Right. Understood that.
Totes.
Totes, Nicole. We're on your level now.
Yeah.
My only question would be to Troy, why on earth would they shoot a missile at the Pentagon 11 years ago? It didn't do anything good for us.
Well, I mean, what do you mean, why would they? I mean, if you look like you're getting attacked from different angles, it's like, oh shit, New York got attacked, oh shit, DC got attacked.
But if they were going to orchestrate, if this was all...
it's like, oh shit, it's fucking on, we gotta fucking go to war now.
If this was all to orchestrate a war, and then the war was orchestrated, couldn't they have done a little better job of orchestrating the war?
Who knows? Look, I don't...
You see, Stan, we get to a place, and he revs it up, and we get to a place, and then a question gets asked, and then Troy goes, I don't know, man.
No.
I don't know.
This started with asking, there's questions, and I said, other camera angles of something crashing into the Pentagon. That's how this got started. What are the questions? Look, I don't give a fuck about this. I really don't. But there
you
are
seem
questions,
very passionate.
Because you guys come at me, and it just gets my blood pumping.
It does, right?
And I'm ready to fucking
You notice that, Nicole?
But all I'm saying
blood
is,
pumping?
There's a lot of things where you just go, I don't know why people don't ask that question. It kind of boggles my mind. It kind of boggles my mind that people think that the fucking guy's passport could make it through that explosion.
I think it's because the alternative, which is we shot a missile into the Pentagon just because, is so ludicrous that they're like, okay, well, I guess that must be all the video footage that they have.
There it is. There's your answer.
Because the missile thing just doesn't add up at all. At all.
I'm not saying it's, but why won't they show the video of the plane? The plane, not a missile.
The plane, boss.
The plane.
Why won't they show a missile of the airplane?
I will Hervé Villachez. John in Albany.
Hey, Sam, I just wanted to remind you that you're arguing 9/11 with a molly-popping DJ.
Aww.
Are you a molly-popping DJ?
No, I haven't popped a molly in a long time.
No? You haven't?
I stay
so
away from
good,
that shit.
though.
You love popping mollies?
I mean, I don't really do that all the time anymore, but I mean, yeah,
I've been done in 10 years.
You understand
10 years?
Fuck that.
Honey, you're missing out.
No, I'm not.
Nicole's lucky if she makes it 10 minutes.
Oh, shush.
That puts holes in your brain.
Yeah,
that puts... Not even knowing what the fuck a molly is?
You don't know what a molly is?
It's a hot girl with a big booty.
If it's not free, he doesn't know what it is.
Ouch.
Which is true.
Yes.
Dan in Kentucky.
Hey, guys. Hey, I love when the conspiracy wackadoos come out of the woodwork, where they take Occam's razor and they just cut reality to fucking pieces.
Yeah.
How do you orchestrate the murder of almost 4,000 people? How many people take? I fucked a fat girl in high school and only told my best friend, and the whole school knew about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's you just hang up on it?
Yeah, I mean, people talk. It's
I
like
love fucking fat girls.
You
in
do.
High school, yeah.
You did.
In high school? Yeah.
See, I'm more comfortable. I would like to talk to you about that more than this bullshit, because you're way out somewhere in left field.
Wait, so tell him who you wish that you could bang.
I told on the show Rebel Wilson, who hosted the MTV Movie Awards.
A whole lot of woman.
I found myself attracted to her while I was watching the show.
I probably would.
Yeah.
I mean, her or her size of a gal.
No, her specifically.
Yeah, absolutely. For the name
and just because I mean, I don't know if it's something about her personality and confidence.
Did you say the scene?
Got me going. What?
Her movie was that scene?
No, I'm gonna watch it though. The what's it called? Eric, what's that movie called?
I don't know.
What's it called, Nicole?
Way to go.
With the cups.
Pitch Perfect.
Pitch Perfect. Right.
Wait.
This is new. Have you heard about this?
Pitch Perfect? Not Fever Pitch?
No.
Fever Pitch is with Drew Barrymore and Jimmy Fallon, right?
Sure, whatever. Pitch Perfect is the answer. I wanted to tell you about this.
Look ridiculous.
Troy, you got to make your mom proud, right?
Your mom.
Yeah. Nicole?
Yeah.
You working on making your mom proud?
I try very hard.
You know even Canadians can do that now?
How?
Because Canadians, for the first time, can shop on IHateStevenSinger.com. Yeah, you heard that right, Canada. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com and you can FedEx from the website. FedEx shipping is available now. From Canada to wherever you want. Probably within Canada or the United States.
Is that a conspiracy?
No, this one's not a conspiracy. This one I have all the answers for. You love your mom. You got to make sure she knows it. Make sure all of the moms in your life know it. So what's the perfect gift? Well, Steven Singer's famous gold-dipped roses, of course. It's the perfect gift for your mom, your mother-in-law, the mother of your children. A real long-stem rose. There's no conspiracy here. A real long-stem rose. Dipped in 24-karat pure gold. It's the gift that lasts forever, and it's only $69. Yep. Only $69. Stan, that's almost as good as free. Almost. Steven Singer's real long stem roses come shipped in a beautiful gift box with your own personalized Mother's Day card. Moms love to collect them every year and display them as a beautiful bouquet. Can you imagine? You'll have the best Mother's Day gift every year for years to come. So don't disappoint, Mom. Go to IHateStevenSinger.com. Order now and get free shipping in the U.S. And don't forget, shipping to Canada is also now available. Call 1-888-I-HATE-STEVEN-SINGER or go to IHateStevenSinger.com and order your Mother's Day rose. Nicole, you doing all right today?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
You doing well?
Today. Yeah.
Yesterday you were in a bad mood.
I'm still sort of in a bad mood.
All right.
Because I'm here.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
She likes to get away from the mashup and come in
She
here.
does.
Yeah.
Just
but
me
I understand
breathing
that.
bothers her. It seems.
Yeah, it
I
does.
get that.
It does.
I get it, Nicole.
So get out and stop breathing.
All right.
This ain't your show, girl.
We're all going to get out.
Okay, perfect.
And let Ron and Fez come in.
Because up next.
Goodbye, everybody.